We also spoke with someone who says President Goodluck Jonathan is the best candidate any party could ever present in Nigeria. He was a former minister during Sani Abacha administration, Chief Ebenezer Babatope. Chief Babatope also comments on Senator David Mark's visit to former President Obasanjo. He says Senator Mark's meeting with the former president was a private visit. He denies the PDP begging former President Obasanjo, but he admits General Obasanjo remains a force to be reckoned with within the PDP. Take a listen.
If there are people who are potentially at war with themselves politically, then the integration committees can bring them about. I mean, can bring peace, can bring cohesion, and bring them to really have a focus on the fact that the essence of the PDP in 2015 is a win for the PDP and to ensure that we marry the Nigerian people with the PDP. And that band that the integration committees are doing.
Now let's do some political calculations of the regional politics, especially in the South-South, where the PDP controls 4, but 2, that's the Rivers State and Edo State, is under the stronghold of the APC. So how do you see that playing out come 2015 elections?
If we judge by what happened in 2011, the PDP is in total and absolute control of the South-South. Remove Amechi, Governor Amechi, who is going to Rivers State, who has joined the APC. Bayelsa is in our hands. Cross River is in our hands. Akwa Ibom is in our hands. Delta is in our hands. And so, with this, the only place you can talk about is you can talk of Edo and now Amechi. But if you are talking of Amechi, you are basing what you are saying on wrong premises and wrong conclusions. Amechi himself knows. I'm not saying the boy is not politically active, not politically relevant. He's quite relevant. But Amechi can never defeat the PDP in the Rivers State. Go and write it down. I'm telling you categorically now. He cannot. And when you put everything together, the PDP is going to win absolute majority of votes in the river.
Now, don't you think Governor Amechi too should be given a hand of fellowship at the reintegration meeting in terms of bringing him to hear his grievances and possibly to see if he can return back to the fold?
Why not? Whether we like it or not, Amechi is a factor to be reckoned with. But our people, as we have seen them, they are quite capable enough to handle whatever Amechi will bring into the foray. And don't forget, I've not said that Amechi is not a political force. We have, of course, got to reckon with him. He's a governor, and not only that, he's a highly articulate governor. But we will defeat him. I am not going to tell you here how we are going to beat him, and I'm not going to tell you here what organizational methods we are going to use, but I can assure you that when we put everything together, we will defeat Amechi. We will defeat him very, very soundly. And his membership of the APC will mean nothing to the group he has joined, and we will gain tremendously.
Now, you're saying that the PDP is going to deploy everything within its means to ensure that the 2015 election is won by the party. Does everything also include military might?
Military might, I mean, we are in a democracy. We are in a democracy. What military might? No. Don't mind those who are telling you that deployment of troops, to service the interest of the INEC in some previous elections is tantamount to PDP using military. No, we are not using military might. We are civilian politicians. And we are civilian politicians married to the people.
Now, let's come back to the issue of the reintegration committee. We saw the national chairman of the Southwest Reintegration Committee and also a Senate President, Senator David Mark, precisely leading a delegation to appease the former president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Olusegun Obasanjo. How would you describe this appeasement?
There was no centrally organized delegation from the PDP to Obasanjo. Some elements of the PDP, who definitely are some of the leaders of the PDP, felt there was need to go and visit him. And if you talk about visiting him, well, I mean, you cannot remove that. Obasanjo is a two-time president of Nigeria, and whether you like it or not, he represents a force on his own. And the party will never want Nigerians to believe that we have discarded with Obasanjo. No. And he himself says all the time that he's a member of the PDP.
How do you see the OBJ factor now within the PDP? Because people are saying that in the recent past, that the former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, has not been so active in the PDP, then all of a sudden, there was a sudden visit to the former president. And some people are saying if he actually holds the ace for the 2015 elections. So is it about 2015 elections? And how do you see the president as a factor within the PDP?
In all my talk with you since this television program began, I have never downplayed the factor of Obasanjo, and I've always stressed that Obasanjo has been a two-time president of Nigeria. But as a former president of the country, you are talking of inactivity. I mean, there is no way by which former President Obasanjo will be as active as he was when he was president. No way. Then number two, he is a human being with human feelings. And nobody has ever stopped him from giving vent to his own opinions and expressing whatever he believes. If it should be expressed about Nigerian politics, about Nigerian democracy, and about Nigerian government. And that is what, in fact, we cannot really close our eyes to. And like I told you, we live in an African society that believes in age, experience, and maturity, and therefore want to tap it. But at the end of the day, former President Obasanjo is a human being. He has every right to decide things the way he feels so. He has every right to decide whether he wants to stay in PDP or not. David Mark, who went to see him, has been with him for a long time. David Mark, they were together in the army, even though Obasanjo was much more senior to him. And David Mark is a person, is such a humble person, that he definitely will continue to hold Obasanjo in high respect. So he went to see him, to rub minds with him, and then to come to conclusions about how we move forward.
Now, at the assumption of office of President Goodluck Jonathan, what was the production capacity for power when it came in? Because it's on record that the production capacity was 3.8 megawatts, and it's still hovering around that figure now. So many Nigerians are saying the president has not delivered in the area of power.
Power is better now.
What
because
are your statistics?
Nigerians have got high hopes that what the government has said is what is going to happen. And whether you like it or not, you now find out that we have been assured by all the ministers of government who are appointed by Goodluck Jonathan, who have anything to do with power, and who have anything to do with our economy, they have told us that things are definitely going to be better as we move ahead.
What's your take about the final opening up of Mr. President to contest for the 2015 presidential election? You can send your comments on our different social media platforms showing on your screen. We would go on a break now, and when we come back, former national chairman of the PDP, now APC leader Kawu Baraje, speaks on federal government security campaign and the APC's plan to sack the PDP come 2015. Join us again.